Please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome. Please join me in prayer as we begin our graduation ceremony. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2021. Although we have been faced with hardships this past year, thank you for granting us the strength to persevere and encouraging us to make the best out of our last year here at Immaculate Heart Academy. Thank you for blessing us with the strength and courage, and shaping us to be women of valor who are determined to achieve our goals and are dedicated to serving others. Thank you for the faculty, staff, and administration who dedicate each day to educating and inspiring each one of their students. We are forever grateful to be surrounded by educators who strive to empower us and encourage us to embrace our knowledge, faith, dedication to service, and individuality. Thank you for providing us nurturing and loving families and friends who have supported us in all our endeavors throughout our high school journey. Thank you for our wonderful sisterhood, whose bond can never be broken. We are appreciative of all the beautiful moments shared between our sisters and the friendships that will last a lifetime. We thank you for providing us with memories of our high school years, those that we will cherish in our hearts forever. In our last moments as IHA students, we ask that you bless each graduate as we prepare to enter a new stage in our lives. As one chapter closes and another begins, please continue to provide guidance and hope to each graduate as we embark on our new journey and enter the IHA Alumni Sisterhood. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Immaculate Heart of Mary, pray for us. Amen.
Good morning, Ms. Malloy, Mr. Schlereth, Mrs. Rogers, Miss Carroll, faculty, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. I want to welcome you all in celebrating the class of 2021. I'll begin by emphasizing how honored I am to be standing here before so many brilliant, talented, and compassionate young women whom I've been privileged to share my past 4 years with. I can't even begin to describe how blessed I feel, not only to be here today with all of you, but to have received an education from a school community built on the values of growth, learning, service, and sisterhood. I think that all of you can agree that Immaculate Heart Academy has taught us to use our time wisely, pushing us all to uncover our full potential and to pursue our passions, choosing to be the best person we can be in all of our endeavors. Our experiences as Blue Eagles, both good and bad, have made us who we are. Our all-nighters studying for that impossible test or writing that tedious research paper have made us ambitious and resilient workers, while our energetic pep rallies and exciting class events like Sophomore Spirit Day have bonded us as sisters. One thing I truly love about our class is how passionately united we are. From dancing to the sound of the Saints at freshman semi to cheering in the parking lot at 5 a.m. on our last day of high school, the class of 2021 has always exemplified the inclusive and lively bond of our sisterhood. I also want to highlight the incredible positivity and perseverance of my classmates, despite having a large chunk of our junior year taken by COVID-19 and having to deal with the senior year plagued by limitations and uncertainty. Through it all, we truly have made the best of what we were given. We adapted to the changes the pandemic made to our learning, and we emerge now amply prepared for college and our future careers. We refuse to let anything prevent us from being successful, and it is undeniable that all of you have put forth your greatest efforts into earning the diploma you will be receiving today. You should all be incredibly proud to have not only persisted, but thrived in IHA's rigorous curriculum that demanded your unwavering commitment and determination. We have made so many unforgettable memories despite the challenges, and I wouldn't trade my experience for anything. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. I believe this quote applies perfectly to my experience as an IHA student. My 4 years have made me into a more compassionate, selfless, thoughtful, and empathetic person who is eager to serve, whether it is through the many unique and impactful service opportunities IHA provides, inspiring homilies at our school masses, or even just the kindness of my teachers and peers who are always there for me to confide in. My character has been transformed. I can tell all of you have experienced something similar because the things you all have done to serve others are truly inspiring. All of you are role models for me, and I have no doubt that you will go on to be a positive influence in the lives of the people you meet in your futures. I am especially thankful for my teachers that have done so much to make me the person I am today. IHA teachers do so much more than fulfill a curriculum. They are understanding and kind, devoted and inspiring, motivating and empathetic people that have taught me so much in my 4 years, far beyond what was required. Mr. Millard has taught me that learning is so much more than grades, while Mrs. Kearns has taught me how to lead and see the beauty in math. All of my teachers have pushed me to overcome obstacles in my path and persevere, and I know that I wouldn't be where I am today without such a supportive and caring group of role models. We may all joke about how excited we are to be done with high school, but it's impossible for us to deny how IHA has given us a home. We all come from different backgrounds and circumstances, but at IHA, we've found a strong community of unwavering support and love. The new opportunities that come with college are exciting, but I'm going to miss Mrs. Scold asking me to take off my sweatpants, or Senora Echeveria telling me to throw away my Starbucks coffee at 8 in the morning. I'm going to miss walking through the hallway and being able to strike up a conversation with so many different friends and teachers. I'm going to miss Mr. Millard's banjo playing on Monday mornings, racing to the cafeteria during locker break for chips and guac, competitively dressing up for Halloween, eating too much candy during Big Sister, Little Sister Day, screaming at pep rallies during Catholic Schools Week, and more things that uniquely make IHA IHA. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. It's been truly amazing to watch you all grow into the strong, motivated, independent, and passionate women you have become. I can't wait to see the differences you all make in this world, and I have no doubts of the successes you will all experience as leaders filled with integrity. Thank you for all of the inspiration, experiences, memories, smiles, laughs, and joy you have brought to me over the past 4 years. I wish you all the best, and I am incredibly proud to congratulate the class of 2021. Thank you.
Good morning. Dr. Shelley Chu, Immaculate Heart Academy, class of 2002, is a preventative medicine physician based in Baltimore, Maryland. Dr. Chu earned a bachelor's degree in biochemical sciences at Harvard University, a doctorate of medicine from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, and a master's of public health from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Dr. Chu is currently the director for the Bureau of Maternal and Child Health at the Maryland Department of Health. She previously served as the chief medical officer and senior medical advisor with the Baltimore City Health Department, and the senior medical advisor with the Be More for Healthy Babies. She was also a medical fellow with NBC News. Her specialty is in preventive medicine and public health, and she is passionate about maternal and child health, equity, and the social determinants of health. Other impressive past roles include Vice President of Communications for the American College of Preventive Medicine Resident Physician Section, the National President of the Asian Pacific Medical Student Association, and new intern board chair for the World Health Organization, headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. On top of these many impressive accomplishments, Dr. Chu is also a mom to 2 young children. While at Immaculate Heart, Dr. Chu served on the student council, contributed to the school newspaper, and was a member of the Science League and the swim team. She was also the salutatorian of her graduating class of 2002. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shelley Chu back home to Immaculate Heart Academy as our 2021 commencement speaker.
Thank you. Hello, class of 2021. Congratulations. What an honor to speak to all of you today, and thank you for the invitation to speak. Standing here today brings back warm memories. My family was and is so proud that I graduated from IHA. Thank you, President Molloy, who will be retiring this year, for all your work and dedication. Due to your leadership, IHA has continued a history of excellence in academics, sports, and service. Congratulations, Principal Schlereth, on being the next IHA president to continue this tradition of excellence. IHA faculty and administration, including assistant principals Carol and Rogers, I have heard how challenging the past year has been and all the great efforts you've gone through to provide an outstanding education during these times. So thank you as well. I want to acknowledge teachers whom I had when I was a student here and whom are here today. Ms. Adamo, Ms. Echeveria, Ms. Gansley, Mr. Hotz, Ms. Malone, Mr. Millard, and Ms. Gold. And thank you for inspiring me when I was in IHA. And graduation is a time to celebrate accomplishments and achievements, and especially with family. It is even better when the weather is as beautiful as today. And I want to recognize all the family members here who have stood, supported, and sacrificed so much for the past 4 years. Today is as much a celebration for you as it is for the women here. So thank you as well. 2020 and 2021 have been hard, and you know that quite well, and we all know that that is an understatement. When I talked to several of you earlier this week, I learned about the changes you had to make. For example, instead of stepping foot onto your future institution of higher learning, you had to click your way through virtual campus tours on your computer screen. Or how several of you were scheduled to play at your state championship final, but less than 24 hours before the start of the game, it was canceled due to COVID. Or how you had to delay events such as piano recitals and volunteer activities that you had been planning. But what stood out during these conversations were the resilience, the creativity, and adaptability. Several of you found ways to provide social support to patients with COVID. Several of you found online internships, and many of you pivoted your in-person clubs and boards to virtual meetings. And all of you should be proud of your strength, innovation, and perseverance. It's been many years since I walked the halls of IHA, and I remember as a freshman how intimidating IHA felt. I was shy and dorky and knew only a few other students. And one day, I was sitting in homeroom, and I heard about the student council. And my first thought was, why would anyone run? That sounds terrifying, having to speak to your classmates. But when I thought further, why wouldn't I run? It might be a great way to meet people, especially since I didn't know many other students. And so I mustered up the courage to sign up. And as many of you know, when you sign up to run, you have to give a speech to the class. And as I waited to give my speech, the first candidate went, Marianne. And I was in awe of how good her speech was. She was well practiced, charismatic, and engaging. And to this day, that was one of the best speeches I have heard. Oh, and when it was my turn, it was disastrous. I dropped my notes, lost my place, and didn't make any eye contact. And needless to say, I wasn't elected to student council that year. And I was sad and devastated. Out of all the things during high school, this event stands out to me. Failures stick in your mind because they are a time when you grow the most. And as painful as that experience was, I understood how to communicate more effectively. I learned the significance of leaning into discomfort and trying something new. I ran again the next year and was eventually voted to student council. But how do you muster the courage to try new things in the first place? During my first job after residency training, I was working as the senior medical advisor for Be More for Healthy Babies. A large part of my role was trying to prevent sleep-related infant deaths. Sleep-related deaths is one of the leading causes of infant deaths in this country. And unfortunately, 3,500 infants die from sleep-related deaths a year. And if you're wondering what can help, the answer is a safe sleep environment where babies can sleep alone, in their back, in a crib, and without any smoke. So the ABCs of safe sleep. And I was working with other providers to make sure they were counseling their patients and referring to portable crib programs. And I was working with community ambassadors to change the culture of infant safe sleep. And at that time, a job posting came up for the senior medical advisor for the entire health department. And when I saw that job, I thought, wow, this position is amazing. It has such a large and broad impact, but I don't think I'm qualified for this job, and there's no way I will be considered. And therefore, I convinced myself not to apply. And a couple of weeks later, I had heard that someone else had applied, and I happened to know that person, and I knew what their skills were and what their experiences were. And then I thought, well, if that person is applying and putting their name in the hat, why shouldn't I? I also have skills and experiences. So I ended up applying, and I am proud that after grueling interviews, I was selected for the position and worked on initiatives such as expanding treatment for opioid addiction, working to address social needs and the social determinants of health, and later that position transitioned to the chief medical officer, where I helped lead initiatives such as hiring more than 200 community health workers to build up the public health infrastructure during COVID and set up isolation sites for those experiencing housing instability. Therefore, tip number 2, if there's something that you want, whether it's a job or an internship, don't let your own self-doubt be the roadblock. Don't discount your own experiences and skills. And this may be challenging to put into practice, but sometimes you just have to go for it. And if you don't get that position or internship, remember tip number 1. Failures are tough, but it is an opportunity for growth. For tip number 3, and for those who are wondering, there are 5 tips/comments. I loved science and math during my time at IHA, and while science and math didn't come easily to me, I loved them so much, I was willing to spend more time with them. It also helped that I had great teachers like Mr. Millard, who would break down complex theorems to digestible steps, or Mr. Harold and Mr. Mack, who gave us challenging problem sets that developed our critical thinking skills. It also helped Mr. Harold brought in bagels every week because food is a way to my heart and to my stomach too. And like many others, the love of science and math motivated me to pursue medicine. I went to college, studied biochemistry, and was on the path to be pre-med. I entered medical school with the intent of being a surgeon. I conducted global surgical research with the Doris Duke Foundation, rotated at the WHO, and started surgical residency in Boston. And during that time, I learned surgical procedures, treated victims from the Boston Marathon bombing, and even met Michelle Obama when she visited the hospital. And I was on my way to be a general surgeon. But then I discovered a field called preventive medicine and public health. I was so inspired by the field of public health that I switched specialties. And this is a big deal because in high school, I planned my entire career. And I wanted others to plan as well. In fact, when I met my husband, I asked him what his 5-year plan was. He did not like that question. But I didn't expect to fall in love with the field of public health. And so tip number 3, for those of you who aren't sure what your next steps are, that is okay. Just be open to opportunities that come your way. And for those who have planned your career and the rest of your life, be open to new opportunities and expect the unexpected. areas that you don't think you would be interested in, they might end up being your passion and your calling. And tip number 4 is actually not a tip, but some of you may be wondering, what is public health? Is it COVID testing, contact tracing, vaccinations? Yes to all that and more. It's also food inspections to prevent foodborne outbreaks. It's also about focusing on equity, water sanitation, designs of the roads and cars for motor vehicle safety, and making sure the conditions in which we work are safe. In the 20th century, life expectancy increased an average of 30 years, and 25 of those years are attributed to public health. And I am always astounded by that fact. Many people think that the increase is mostly due to medical advancements, but is actually public health. I entered medicine because I wanted to help people. And I was helping people individually, which is valuable and meaningful. With public health, I can broaden that impact and help thousands at a time, and maybe even millions. And so for those who are interested in medicine, science, or even social justice, consider looking into public health. Finally, I am proud to hear how several of you raised your voices for social and racial justice and for the well-being of others. And for the final guidance, I encourage all of you to continue to speak up and speak with your own voice. Your perspective is important, and the world needs to hear from you. If we don't recognize the structural and systemic factors that contribute to inequities and disparities, who will? If we don't have conversations on social and racial justice, who will? And if we don't create the change that we want to see, who will? I feel privileged to have attended IHA, and I thank IHA and also the many women who came before me and let me stand on their shoulders to succeed. But my mentor would always say that with privilege comes responsibility and courage. And now all of you will have the privilege to have attended IHA. And I hope you realize your responsibility and courage to speak the truth, to be inclusive, and to create the change that you want to see. So thank you for the honor in joining all of you today. Congratulations to the faculty and family members who supported you. And of course, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good morning. There is water under the blue tent at the rear of the field, so if anybody's in need of water, please go and help yourself. The following students have successfully completed the required curriculum in order to receive a diploma from Immaculate Heart Academy. Please stand when your name is called and use the aisle to your left to proceed up to the stage. Camelia Maria Atchery, Jennifer Bayang An, Christine Olabisi Ajao, Simone Marie Amerio, Alyssa Marie Amico, Noemi Antal, Jessica Arriaga, Abigail Marie Audi, Isabella J. Bachman, Anaya Barker, Emma Rose Bassett, Julia Catalina Jimenez Becker. Rebecca Danielle Beltram. Alexandra Paige Betsy. Margaret Ann Bizzub. Angelina Melody Boris. Ashley Rachel Brombauer. Emily Burke. Kevin Elise Callwood. Maria Nicole Cangelosi. Blaneth S. Cannon. Anna Catherine Contarella. Marissa Rosalie Carbone. Angelina Casal. Madeline Vaughn Kavanaugh. Savannah Rose Cece. Jessica Alba Serto. Amelia Teresa Savoli. Kaylee Elizabeth Sakala. Carmela Rose Cogliano. Madison Paige Coleman. Julia Megan Conroy. Adriana Jean Contento. Ariana Grace Contes. Catherine Riley Conway. Catherine Elizabeth Cottrell. Olivia Mary Coglin. Danielle Crisculo. Olivia Jane Cuccinello. Annalise Alexis Cufino. Emily Rose Cutita. Elena Catherine Diarpa. Bianca Chloe DaCosta. Emerson Reese Dable. Madeline Jean Dahl. Giovanna Darren. Raquel Catherine Davis. Hannah Rose Delfico. Ariana Nicole DeMarco. Olivia K. DiMartini. Caitlin Ashley D'Amico. Francesca Catalina Denaro. Catherine Argentina De Palma. Elizabeth Farr De Phillips. Madison Di Stefano. Annalisa Grace Diaz. Taylor DeLisi. Ella Ray Doda. Caroline Grace Dyson. Anais Eric. Nicole Jessica Eric. Isabella Estevez. Grace Adrienne Fianza. Grace Julia Fahey. Sienna Kathleen Falco. Gracely Alicia Fasanella. Alexandra L. Fassett. Lindsay Grace Fager. Alexandra Mia Festa. Casey Lee Forsalati. Julia J. Frangul. Jordan Alexa Gaffney. Leah Catherine Gagnon. Olivia Ann Gambuti. Shadra R. Gangham. Isabella Garzon. Jordan Marie Gehrig. Elizabeth Mary Granholm. Giovanna Marie Greco. Gianna Rose Grigalunas. Mia Gloria Grossman. Gabriella Teresa Haynes. Noralise O'Grady Hamry. Ava Francesca Hayes. Isabella Torres. Valerie Lynn Hemer. Claire Casalivieri Hoffman. Gianna V. Homan. Adriana Alexandra Hatsko. Lauren Christiana Jackson. Ariel Sumitra Jacobs. Fiona Bridget James. Janine Marie Jabelli. Caroline Marielle Kane. Julia Marie Capitan. Gabrielle Victoria Karch. Alexandra Rose Kaspar. Mary Rose Kelly. Maya Grace Kennelly. Gabriella Marie Katina. Anya Isabella Kradenberg. Kaylee LaFrance. Ashley Wynn Lamond. Olivia Kate Landolfi. Jennifer Rebecca Lawrence. Sage Leah Leva. Madison Lynn Libby. Sydney Elena Lombardi. Alyssa Marie Longo. Olivia Kathleen Lopez. Molly Catherine Lowell. Alyssa Darlene Lowther. Lauren Rose Lugo. Kayla S. Luna. Antonia Francesca Lupino. Catherine Marie Mackey. Daniela Catherine Makauka. Quinlan A. Maloney. Samantha Verone Manning. Michelle Marino. Brooke Alexandra Marati. Julia Morgan Marati. Hannah Elizabeth Martin. Annalisa Liddell Martino. Barbara Denise Matura. Emmy Rose Mazzacano. Sophia Rose Mazzola. Sherry Olivia McCarthy. Claire Murphy McGowan. Kaylee C. McKay. Danielle Elizabeth Minetian. Lauren Elizabeth Mockler. Allison Emily Monroe. Lauren Elizabeth Montgomery. Sydney Moriali. Maria Coe Mustard. Freya Ashok Nair. Ava Rose Napolitano. Leonora Narkai, Daniela Alexa Navia, Gianna Marie Neese, Katherine Nixon, Madeline Novelli, Ava Katrina Nermian, Mary Virginia Nye, Claire Frances O'Byrne, Catherine Grace O'Donovan, Riley Emily O'Toole, Lauren Omacht, Grace Isabel O'Lear, Jennifer Ullman, Jasmine Ray Utazu, Karina Parker, Amanda Nicole Parks, Marielle Vivian Persico. Melissa Ann Pierpont, Carlina Gabrielle Pineda, Elizabeth Grace Pinto Shaw, Brianna Christine Pollard, Amanda Louise Potenza, Isabel Cavedo, Kathleen Greta Quinn, Cameron Grace Rasnick, Sophia Carolina Rico, Brianna Marie Romano, Anna Alexandra Vera Salavich, Skylar Rose Scacera, Molly Ann Schiller. Alexa Nicole Schouten, Hannah Ann Scott, Jillian Marie Shea, L. Catherine Sheehan, Kira Jacqueline Skay, Hannah Elizabeth Specthree, Elizabeth Noel Spizo, Gianna Louisa Sterone, Mary Catherine Stows, Jerry Talia Tabacino, Sydney Alexandra Tobin, Isabella Sophia Tricarico, Sophia Trubiano. Lauren Nicole Tercy, Maggie Ann Toomey, Emma Rose Vigiano, Nicole Marie Vige, Megan Elizabeth Walsh, Taylor Wang, Annie Kate White, Kira Kaylin Whiteman, Julia Lauren Whitney, Lily Yozo, Sarah Madden Zampino, Alexandra Hope Zatelli. Ali Zatelli is also being honored for earning honors in both semesters 1 and 2 her senior year. Congratulations to the Immaculate Heart Academy class of 2021. You have officially graduated high school. You may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, ladies.
Before we get to our graduation awards, there are some awards that we were unable to give out last night. The Immaculate Heart Academy Family Awards are presented to the families who have their last daughter of 3 or more graduating in the class of 2021. If your name is called, we ask the graduate of 2021 with their parents to please come forward. First up, Mr. and Mrs. Frank Cangelosi, daughters Gianna, class of 17, Daniela, class of 18, and Maria, class of 2021. Congratulations. Next up, Mr. and Mrs. Jim DeStefano, daughters Alexis, class of 2011, Danielle, class of 2013, and Madison, class of 2021. Mr. and Mrs. Kareem Kaspar, daughters Kayla, class of 2008, Krista, class of 2010, and Alexandra, class of 2021. Congratulations. Mr. and Mrs. Dirk Kranenberg, daughters Kristen, class of 2007, Laura, class of 2009, Sophia, class of 2014, and Anya, class of 2021. Congratulations. The Mockler family, daughters Kyla, class of 2008, Amy, class of 2020, and Lauren, class of 2021. Congratulations. Mr. Luke Rasnick and Ms. Christine Callahan, daughters Callahan, class of 2016, Christian, class of 2017, and Cameron, class of 2021. Mr. and Mrs. Robert Rico, daughters Christina, class of 2015, Victoria, class of 2017, and Sophia, class of 2021. We have several students that we will honor this morning for a variety of accomplishments, both in and out of the classroom. We ask that these graduates please come forward when your name is called, and additionally, we ask that you would please pause for a picture as you exit the stage. Congratulations are extended to Abigail Marie Audie, valedictorian of the class of 2021. Congratulations are extended to Angelina Casal, salutatorian of the class of 2021. The Academic Excellence Award is presented to the student who has evidenced intellectual achievement and promise in her studies at Immaculate Heart Academy. The Academic Excellence Award for 2021 is presented to Freya Ashok Nair. The Sister Beatrice Ryan Award has been established by our school to honor a student who has demonstrated the outstanding qualities of leadership and service to the IHA community. The Sister Beatrice Ryan Award, a certificate, and a check for $500 is presented to Christine Olabisi Ajao. The Kim Montalaro Memorial Award has been established by the late Mr. Montalaro, Mrs. Montalaro, and their son Paul, in memory of their daughter and sister Kim, class of 1974, who died in August of 1976 in Washington Township. A trust fund has been arranged, and it is the family's intention that this award be presented annually for academic achievement and service as a member of the National Honor Society and for integrity, involvement, and commitment as a Christian woman. This award, a plaque, and a check for $100 is presented to Elizabeth Noel Spizo. The Dorothy and Jack Mckenna Memorial Award has been established by the family and friends of Dorothy and Jack Mckenna. Doe Mckenna was a teacher at Immaculate Heart Academy and worked with great enthusiasm to achieve the goals of the school. Jack Mckenna generously supported the programs at IHA as a parent volunteer. 6 daughters of the McKennas are IHA alumni. This award is presented to the student who exemplifies the qualities of generosity, dependability, and a consistent involvement in school activities. This year's award, a certificate, and a check for $100 is presented to Mary Virginia Nye. The Kathleen Farley Memorial Award, established by the late Mr. and Mrs. Kurt Moritz, is presented to the student who has demonstrated outstanding dedication to the study of music. This award, a certificate, and a check for $100 is presented to Alyssa Marie Longo. The Fine Arts Award has been established by Mr. and Mrs. Jack Lowney to honor a student at Immaculate Heart Academy who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in the fine arts. This award, a certificate, and a check for $100 is presented to Amanda Louise Potenza. The Gregory Joseph Alone Award was established by Mr. and Mrs. Arthur Carney, parents of Ellen Marie Carney, class of 76, Anne Marie Carney, class of 84, and Katie Carney, class of 88, in memory of their friend Gregory Vallone. This award is presented annually to the student who has demonstrated dedication and excellence in the performing arts. This year, the Gregory Joseph Alone Award, a certificate, and a check for $100 is presented to Olivia K. DiMartini. The Visitation Award is presented by Miss Carroll, Miss McNulty, and Mrs. Shutrop in honor of the culture of women's empowerment they've come to love at Immaculate Heart Academy. Rarely is the need for a companion of the Spirit as necessary as when one is tasked with the pressures to study, serve, and succeed as high school students. This award is presented to a young woman who has exemplified the importance of championing other women and embodies authentic friendship in the model of St. Elizabeth. She is a woman with a deep commitment to her faith, love of her community, and dedication to selflessly empowering her sisters, oftentimes behind the scenes, without ever seeking recognition for herself. The Visitation Award, a plaque, and a check for $500 is presented to Emmy Rose Mazzacano. The Marianne Molinari Memorial Award has been established by Michelle and Jim Foote and their daughter Lauren, class of 2017, in memory of Lauren's aunt and godmother, who passed away in 2018. A trust fund has been established, and it is intended that this award be presented annually to a young woman who exemplifies the qualities of leadership, service, a love of family, and deep Christian values. The Marianne Molinari Memorial Award, a plaque, and a check for $1,000 is presented to Katherine Riley Conway. The Carrie Ann Dele Pento Award was established by the Dele Pento family in memory of their daughter and sister, Carrie Ann, who died suddenly in March of 2004. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who exemplifies the qualities so loved in Carrie Ann: the respect of the faculty and her peers, character and integrity, a kind and gentle spirit, and a love of dance. The Carrie Ann Dele Pento Award, a certificate, and a check for $500 is presented to Sophia Rose Mazzola. The Marie Sellers and Dorothy Savaris Memorial Scholarship was established by Marie Sellers prior to her death on February 26, 2008. Marie Sellers and her aunt, Dorothy Savaris, were both dedicated faculty members and worked tirelessly for the good of Immaculate Heart Academy. It is the intention of Ms. Sellers that this award be presented to a student who has demonstrated a sharing of her gift of music with her local faith community. The Marie Sellers and Dorothy Savaris Memorial Scholarship, a check for $500, and a certificate is presented to Anna Alexandra Vera Salevich. The Jeffrey E. Silver Memorial Award was established in 2011 by the Silver family in honor of Jeffrey, a loving father, son, and brother who died suddenly in April of 2010. Jeffrey was generous with his gifts of time and talent, loved sports, and always demonstrated outstanding citizenship, sportsmanship, and loyalty to his family and friends. This award is presented annually to the student who has demonstrated characteristics much like Jeffrey. The Jeffrey E. Silver Memorial Award, a plaque, and a check for $500 is presented to Kaylee C. McKay. The Katherine Larkin Award was established by Sheila Ann Heffron, class of 1980, and Megan Heffron, class of 1978, in memory of their grandmother, Katherine Larkin, who died in March of 2000. Katherine Larkin served as an inspiration to Sheila, Megan, and their family, and was a woman of deep wisdom, positive spirit, and Christian virtue. The recipient of this award has demonstrated leadership and character and typifies the personal qualities of Katherine Larkin. This award, a plaque, and a check for $1,000 is presented to Catherine Nixon. The Karen Cavallo Memorial Scholarship was established by Tracy Cavallo Salerno and her husband Peter in memory of Tracy's sister Karen, a member of IHA's class of 1985, who died of cancer on May 11, 2001. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who typifies the qualities so loved in Karen: academic achievement, character and integrity, a kind, gentle, and fun-loving spirit, and an interest in medicine as a career. The Karen Cavallo Memorial Scholarship, a plaque, and a check for $2,500 is presented to Bianca Chloe DaCosta. The Dr. Jessica Elizabeth DeSanta Memorial Scholarship was established in memory of Jessica Elizabeth DeSanta, a former English and creative writing teacher at Immaculate Heart Academy. Jessica passed away in December of 2019 after a courageous battle against cancer. She was a scholar and distinctive writer, and an innovative and resourceful instructor. Jessica mentored hundreds of students, both at Immaculate Heart and elsewhere. An accomplished pianist, an avid skier, lover of baseball and animals, and an ardent student of dance, she was diversely talented. She was a kind and loving relative, friend, and colleague whose infectious smile, humor, and optimism brightened the days of all she encountered. It is the intention of Dr. DeSanta's family that this award be presented to a graduating senior who reflects the qualities so admired in and by Jessica: a determination for learning, a passion for the arts, a love and appreciation of family and friends, and courage, fortitude, and cheerfulness in the face of challenges. The Dr. Jessica Elizabeth DeSanta Memorial Scholarship, a plaque, and a check for $1,000 is presented to Anya Isabella Kranenberg. The Marion Award, established in honor of Sister Ellen Cronin by the IHA Parents Club, is presented to honor a student of outstanding character who inspires others to strive for excellence by working to the best of her ability. This award, a certificate, and a check for $500 is presented to Hannah Elizabeth Martin. The Mercer A. Suarez Memorial Award was established by the Suarez family and IHA soccer alumni, honors Marissa, a loving daughter, granddaughter, sister, aunt, and godmother who died suddenly in December of 2016. Marissa was an extremely talented athlete who had a zest for life, an engaging and caring personality, and found great joy in the camaraderie and friendships of her teammates. Mercer always demonstrated outstanding sportsmanship while competing at the highest level with her signature smile. This award is presented annually to the student who has demonstrated characteristics much like Marissa. The Mercer A. Suarez Award, a check for $500, and a plaque is presented to Lauren Elizabeth Mockler. The Minerva Echeveria Award was established by Frances C. Felsky, class of 2005, the granddaughter of Minerva Echeveria. This award is presented to the student who has demonstrated cultural awareness, genuine interest, and a superior ability in the Spanish language, all the qualities expected of a Spanish language student. The Minerva Echeveria Award, a plaque, and a check in the amount of $250 is presented to Gabriella Victoria Karch. The Denise Gartner Memorial Award was established in 2021 in memory of Denise Gartner, IHA class of 1991. Denise was diagnosed with a genetic autoimmune disease immediately after graduating college in 1994. At the time, there was no cure for her disease. However, due to the progression of medical science and technology, medications were able to extend her life long enough for her to eventually have a liver transplant. These medical advancements were made by people who invested their time and talents in STEM. The advances realized in the research of autoimmune diseases led to Denise's life being extended another 21 years. It is the intention of the Gardner family that this award be presented to a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in the study of STEM, and that this award will encourage a talented young woman from IHA to continue her education in a STEM-related field. The Denise Gartner Memorial Award, a plaque, and a check in the amount of $1,000 is presented to Valerie Lynn Heemer. The Tammy Medzadorian Memorial Award has been established by Mr. Medzadorian and his 4 children in memory of their mom, Tammy, mother of Kaylee, class of 2015, Riley, class of 2018, Joni, class of 2019, and their brother Deke, Bergen Catholic, class of 2013, who died in December of 2020 from COVID-19. Tammy was the most loving mother and always put her family first, especially her children. This award is presented to a student who exemplifies the qualities of outstanding potential, overwhelming compassion for others, and an unrivaled zest for life. The Tammy Medzadorian Memorial Award, a plaque, and a check in the amount of $500 is presented to Marissa Rosalie Carbone. The Michael Thomas Noon Memorial Award was established in May of 2017 by Alice and Charles Rogers in memory of Alice's brother Michael, who died suddenly. Michael was a cherished uncle to Megan, class of 2007, Kristen, class of 2009, and Caroline, class of 2013. It is the intention of the family that this award be presented to a student who typifies and consistently exhibits the qualities so loved in Michael: service to the community, generosity, integrity, and loyalty to family and friends. The Michael Thomas Noon Memorial Award, a check for $1,000, and a plaque is presented to Angelina Melody Boris. The Joseph Amen Memorial Award is given in memory of Joe Amen, who succumbed to cancer in 2016. Joe was the beloved husband of Kimberly Patton and the father of Marissa Amen, class of 2018. This award is presented to a woman of intelligence, integrity, outstanding moral character, dedication to service, and an interest in pursuing law or government as a career. The Joseph Amen Memorial Award, a plaque, and a check for $500 each is presented to two graduates this year, Isabella Estevez and Sherry Olivia McCarthy. The IHA Award is presented to the student who has consistently demonstrated initiative and leadership, Christian involvement and commitment, honesty and integrity as a Christian woman, and who has given of herself cheerfully and generously. This award... This award is presented to the student who, in the view of the administration and faculty, most exemplifies the characteristics expected of an IHA graduate. This award, a plaque, and a check for $1,000 is presented to Mia Gloria Grossman. At this time, I would like to invite our Student Council President, Mia Grossman, back onto the stage.
In September of 1973, Miss Patricia Malloy came to teach at IHA. Today, she joins us in celebrating the class of 2021 at her 48th commencement ceremony. Over the years, Miss Malloy has moderated a number of clubs and activities and served as the chair of the English department. She became an invaluable member of the administrative team and has served IHA as a dean of students, an associate principal, an assistant principal, the vice principal, the principal, and ultimately as a school president. Her many years of dedication to Catholic education, Christian values, and the IHA community exemplify the very best that we should all strive to achieve. Her legacy continues to influence so much at our school, from the challenging curriculum and the physical building to the distinctive culture of sisterhood for which IHA is so highly regarded. Thank you, Ms. Malloy, for your decades of dedication to IHA and the thousands of students you taught, led, and inspired. It is with deep gratitude and love that we acknowledge you today.
Pretty hot up here. Okay. Yes. I'm going to bring the mic to you. The mic is... Can I wing it? No, I would take this.
Thank you very much. Well, we could have used some of this sun last evening, right? It's pretty brutal. So, members of the class of 2021, today is your day to celebrate the completion of your high school years here at Immaculate Heart Academy. Your day to celebrate the completion of your high school years here at IHA. A day to celebrate your dedication to the spiritual and academic goals of the school, and to honor your courage, your patience, cooperation, and to honor your great courage, patience, cooperation, and grit in a year that presented many challenges. It certainly was not your normal senior year. A day to celebrate your dedication to the spiritual and academic goals of the school. In a year that presented many difficulties. It certainly was not your normal senior year. And yet, in spite of all the disappointments that you faced, you showed us that you knew what you faced, and showed us that you knew what was really important. It was not the crazy schedule or the canceled events. It was not the hardship of not being together. No, you showed all of us, parents, faculty, members of the staff, and friends, that what really is at the center of an IHA education is the sisterhood that you have shared and the commitment that you have made to wherever you are and to make wherever you are a kinder, more compassionate place. A place where Catholic values are intrinsic to our faith as lived. This morning is also a time to express gratitude to all who have made your time at IHA possible. You know that the gift of an IHA education comes with sacrifice. Your parents knew that IHA was the place for you, and they worked hard to make that conviction a reality. On behalf of the IHA community, I thank each mom, each dad, grandparents, and family members for your contribution to the success of our new alumni. In all the many years I've had the honor and pleasure of speaking to you, the graduates of Immaculate Heart, the setting was always the same, until we were faced with the challenges of a worldwide pandemic. This morning, our beautiful field is filled with flowers, awards, and diplomas. Chairs have been set out for our graduates and their guests, our administrators, but we are back home and celebrating our graduates just as enthusiastically as ever. There's no doubt that in spite of all the disappointments and loss we've experienced over the past 15 months, something extraordinary has occurred. The class of 2021 will have a bond with each other and with graduates from all over the world. You are the class that faced adversity with courage and determination. You are the young women who found new ways to learn, to serve others, and to maintain relationships in the most challenging circumstances. You are creative, brave, compassionate, and most of all, you are women who understand that you have a responsibility to use the gifts that God has bestowed upon you to change the world. Your 4 years at IHA are now in the past. The memories that you have can never be taken from you. And yes, the future is uncertain for you and for the entire world. None of us know what lies ahead for us or for our country. But what we have and must embrace is the present, the now, the gift that God has given us to be together, to be loved and loved, to do what IHA women do best, to enrich the world with your gifts, to be the compassionate, confident, caring, and competent young women that defines you as a graduate of Immaculate Heart Academy. As you move on to college, to careers, to leadership in your communities, I ask that you make a very simple promise to yourself. Ask yourself each day, is the world a better place for my having been here? Have I translated my faith into action? I have total confidence that you will be what you were educated to be by your parents, your families, and by Immaculate Heart Academy. May God bless you as you move on to the next chapter. You will always be in our prayers. Congratulations.
Good morning, Miss Malloy, Mr. Schlereth, Mrs. Rogers, Miss Carroll, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, my fellow members of the class of 2021. It is truly an honor to be standing here before you as a representative of this graduating class. We have grown so much over the past 4 years, and we are certainly not the same girls who entered this building on September 6th, 2017. Perhaps you agree with me right away, simply because the year 2017 seems way too far away. Or the compressed picture on the front of your school ID seems far too young to be recognizable. Perhaps there are the more obvious changes, height or hair color, the people you are friends with, or whether you've already survived Mr. O's chem class. Perhaps some things haven't completely changed, such as our tendency to procrastinate, or write the beginnings of our valedictorian speech at 3 a.m. on the notes app because we can't sleep. While we have gone through changes both big and small, it is our time together at IHA that has truly transformed who we are as individuals and as a community. Our time at IHA has helped forge our identities during a time of discovery, learning, and growth. And I know wherever we end up in the future, we will forever be grateful to our school for helping us discover our strengths, our weaknesses, our goals, and our passions. One of Robert Frost's most famous poems contains the following lines: "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled." However, as we have learned from these past 2 years, sometimes you are not given a choice. Sometimes life pushes you off the path that has been laid out before you by others as a worldwide pandemic transforms your high school experience. But as IHA girls, we are not afraid to explore new or different routes to success. We are the pioneers of valor projects, leaders and moderators of clubs, sports captains, actresses, and well-rounded women prepared to make our own mark on the world. We are not afraid of the unknown, as this past year and a half has presented us with many different obstacles that we may not have anticipated upon entering high school. We are not afraid of hybrid schedules, one-way hallways, desk shields, and whatever other challenge this new school layout has presented to us. And we are certainly not afraid of making the most of whatever situation we find ourselves in. From our humor towards our very first field trip to a Michelangelo art exhibition in a parking lot, to some of our very last moments playing with water balloons on this very field. Or maybe you were one of the girls that took advantage of the senior talent show or IHA fashion show to finally show off that junior prom dress that sat in your closet for 2 years. If nothing else, the pandemic has taught us the importance of adaptability. Or, as the theater world likes to put it, the show must go on. Our unique experience has left us better prepared for the challenges we will face in the future, adapting to new schedules, new classes, and new environments outside the halls of IHA. And I know you will have no issues navigating your next 4 years at college. As my father always delights in reminding me, our high school experience did not only leave us with academic knowledge and good memories. A major role of high school is teaching you how to learn. As high school students, we test study strategies and study environments, attempting to determine whether we're better at memorizing and recalling information, or whether we need to truly understand a concept in order to remember it. As Mr. Millard likes to put it, he wasn't only here to teach us mathematics, and I wholeheartedly agree. There was far more to discover during our short 4 years at IHA. Our time together at IHA has led us to role models who inspire us to become the best versions of ourselves. Maybe you admired an upperclassman you met in an AP class or an elective, whose confidence and easygoing manner reminded you to be confident in your own abilities. Maybe you looked up to one of your English teachers, who truly made you feel at home in her classroom and reminded you that you always have a place to belong to. Maybe you admired one of the 4 service presidents
or countless Presidential Service Award winners who helped light a fire for community service in your own heart. And maybe there are underclassmen within the halls of IHA who see you in the very same light. IHA is full of people who live their passions to the fullest, and I hope you've been inspired to follow your passion during your time at IHA, even if that passion has changed throughout your 4 years here. Whether you spent 1 year on a sports team before realizing you enjoyed your time at theater more, found a new passion in Mr. Bernardi's journalism class or editorial writing through Accents, or even continued your original passion for dance, art, or even mathematics. May you pursue the lifestyle that makes you happiest. Even as we move on to college, I trust that as IHA girls, we will not be afraid to get involved and will continue with the activities that make us feel most fulfilled. The group of young women in front of me are the result of countless sleepless nights, locker break cookies and muffins, rambled recitations of test information in the hallway before an exam, and innumerable other challenges that encompass the IHA experience. However, we certainly could not do this alone. The sisterhood grows and learns together, sharing tips and tricks, laughs, tears, and even complaints about the difficulty of that one math class. I would like to take this opportunity to thank not only the parents, teachers, and administrators, but to also thank you as the class of 2021. Thank you to the girls who proofread essays the night before they are due. Thank you to the class group chats that remind each other when tests were, what homework was due, and how to solve that one physics problem that none of us really understand. Thank you to the girls who lent an ear or a shoulder to cry on when all of this really seemed like too much. It is through our sense of community that we have thrived, and I will truly miss my fellow sisters when we go on to college. It really is the little things that make our high school experience so much more memorable. From scream singing Sound of the Saints at semi and any bus trip for a midnight run, performing poorly written lyric changes for a dance battle at Sophomore Spirit Day, celebrating when IHA loses power, or even our several impromptu mosh pits throughout our 4 years here at IHA. It is the culmination of these little moments that helps create the strong ties of sisterhood that we will forever share with each other. I am sure that the bonds you have forged here will never be forgotten, and you will continue to forge new friendships throughout your college years. I know you will continue to touch the lives of those around you, just as you have impacted the lives of the girls in the seats beside you. I am so proud of the group of talented, independent, intelligent, and passionate young women sitting before me. And I cannot wait to see who you become in the future, continuing to grow into the people you are meant to be. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. Enjoy today and celebrate your accomplishments. You deserve it. Thank you.
Please rise for the singing of the Alma Mater. IHA, we salute thee, majestic and true. Long may we greet thee, your ideals pursue. You taught us in learning, in wisdom and truth, things we'll remember from days of our youth, when times may have passed and cares may o'ertake us. Then all that you stand for will never forsake us. There's none on this earth with you can compare. for you gave us a memory faithful and fair. So lift up your voices, all joyous and light. Let us all honor the blue and the white. We pledge the allegiance until the end, and promise forever your name to defend. Let us go forward with courage to do all that is noble and loyal and true. Long may your honor live on in our time. Alma Mater, lead us to victory sublime, to victory sublime.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Immaculate Heart Academy, I want you to know how humbled and honored we are to celebrate you today. May the Immaculate Heart of Mary continue to protect you over the next chapter as you enter the next chapter of your life. Congratulations again to the class of 2021. Enjoy your day, girls.